Welcome to InfoSpring's iTraining How-To Series. This episode includes Sage 100 and how to set up your inventory to process or handle tag entry. This is for version 4.5 of MAS 90 or MAS 200. The objective of this presentation is to show you really one of the possible ways to adjust MAS 90, MAS 200, or now called Sage 100, for the handling of inventory tags as performed through a traditional inventory. The current issue with data entry is that there really is no place for tag entry, and if you use the traditional physical count entry, only one entry is accepted per item number. So with the new version of Sage 100, version 4.5, you will be able to process tags as well as create controls for those tags. An overview of what we will be covering includes the review of card entry. This is a feature that was created in version 4.5. How to create user-defined fields to support tag entry and tag control. How to add those UDFs to panels. And then we'll take a look at how to perform that entry. And then we'll just discuss some custom reporting tools to provide increased tag control and/or tag reporting. So the first thing to look at is the tag entry screen. And this is just a screenshot of the card entry, which if you look at is here under Inventory Management, Physical Count, and there are roughly 4 new menu items in version 4.5 that start with card entry, count card report, missing count cards, and then the card or count card variance register. So the other thing to note about count card entry is that it really could be used to enter tag information. In theory, if you have one item per tag, this would be pretty difficult to do simply because you'd have to create a new card for each item. But if you have multiple items on each individual tag and you controlled your physical count that way, then this may be sufficient and you would not have to do any modification whatsoever to the screens or to the tables in order to support that. You may want to add a field, for instance, for tag control to create batches of count cards, or specify who the data entry person is, or specify who the count person is, other things that might support your tag control. But if you had multiple items per tag, this, I believe, would be sufficient. You can see that the count card entry does not provide any field for tag number entry or any of the other information that we would like to collect during tag entry. So next we'll look at how to add the UDFs, and this is performed under Custom Office. So we go to Custom Office, User Defined Field in Table Maintenance. Here we choose Inventory Management, and I am Count Card Detail. In the detail we can add the various fields that we so choose, including a tag number, and we'll make that a numeric field with no decimals. Give it only a valid range of positive numbers, and we'll start with 0 and go to 9,999,000. Then we can add other fields for data that we might want to collect during tag entry, such as maybe the bin location where that was counted. And possibly the person who counted it. Now we can add other fields as we so choose that are necessary for our own tag control. That's really different company by company. Here I'm just going to choose a list of people who might have entered tags. And there we go. So our fields have been added to the detail. I'm going to add a couple of fields for tag control to the header. And I'll explain a little bit more how this will work. But I'm going to give each batch for entry a first tag number and a last tag number, which will help with the reporting later on. You can see here that we have added the last tag number as well. Again, we'll use this later on for reporting. So now we'll look at modifying your card count screen to handle tag entry along with those additional fields that we added to help us with tag control. So we'll go back to Custom Office and choose the customizer. From there we'll go to the inventory management screens or panels, and we'll choose card entry, and we'll choose the main card entry. I want to make this screen just for myself and the company that I'm working in. So here I'm going to add a new user-defined field to the main part of the screen, and this is going to be my first tag number field, and then I will also add the other field for the last tag number and then label those. Okay, so now we'll add the additional UDF fields to the grid. Just right click in the grid area, insert, and start choosing your fields. Well, first we will take a look at the tab sequencing, and this looks fine, except that we will move up the tag numbers that come right after the count card number. Now we'll save. Okay, so if we go back to count card entry, we'll now see the screen with our fields in place, including the first and last tag number, the tag number, bin location, and counted by UDF fields that we added to the card entry detail file. And you'll see our drop down of counted by. And you can see entry as we enter it for a new count. Now with the drop down, we can just hit a letter and it will bring up the drop down list. One thing to note is that there is no control on the tag number. We can put anything we so desire in that field. Okay, to wrap this up, let's talk about reporting and the tag information that we just entered. The standard reports, including the missing card and the card variance reports, will not show the tag information. So you could customize the missing card or the card listing reports that are in place and add the tag information. But it would not sort or group or give you any control over those tags. So some of the new reports that you might create, ideally through Crystal, possibly through Business Insights Explorer, are reports that would include, for instance, a by item by tag, or a by tag report, or a missing tags report. And that could be if you're missing one or more tags in a sequence. So tag number, for instance, you go from tag number 50 to tag number 53, we're missing 51 and 52. You'd want to show that. Also, if there are any tags missing from a control batch. So for instance, our first card that we entered, we're supposed to include tags number 1 through 100. If there were any missing there from the beginning or end, you'd also want to display that. So even though they're not out of sequence, we were expecting 100 tags there. Did we in fact get 100 tags? You may want some kind of batch or card reconciliation report, just showing you all of the cards or batches, the number of tags, the number of items included, and in that vein, if you have any void tags, and traditionally what folks will do there is create a part number or a code that shows as a voided tag, just so that you can ensure that all tags have been entered. So that wraps it up. I hope this was helpful. I plan on including some of these reports on our website for you to be able to take a look at, or even possibly download and use. So thanks for attending, and again, I hope this was helpful.